Never in my life did I think I'd be building a full-size mechanical keyboard. I love small form factor keyboards like the 60% and 65%. That the possibility of a numpad just seems wrong to me. And honestly, it might have something to do with the extra stabilizers. However, times have changed because QwertyKeys have just announced their latest project, the QK101. And maybe, just maybe, they'll change my mind. With that out of the way, let's speedrun this. When you purchase the QK101, you will receive a large-ass case. I mean, just look at the size of this. Within the case, you'll find your beautiful keyboard alongside a PCB of your choice, a plate of your choice, a PET sheet, an IXPE sheet, PCB foam, case foam, and an anti-static protective film. You'll also receive silicon gaskets and LED diffusers, top mount mounting screws, a 2.4 GHz USB dongle, a switch and keycap puller, a Phillips and Torx head screwdriver, a USB-C cable, stabilizers of your choice, a front badge, and some spare rubber feet. But wait, there's more to this video. The QK101 boasts enhanced functionality, greater structural flexibility, and introduces more design elements with a commitment to introducing new themes and features. But what exactly are these features? Well, to start, the QK101 comes in 9 different colors: anodized sand gold, red, grey, lilac, ice blue, silver, and spray-coated black, pink, and retro white. It's available in both WinKey and WinKeyless layouts, is equipped with dual 4000 mAh batteries for an extended battery life, and has 3 different PCB options: a 1.2mm flex cut, a 1.2mm flex cut with perky RGB, and a 1.6mm non-flex cut. These all support ANSI and ISO layouts and tri-mode connectivity. That's wired, Bluetooth, and 2.4 GHz. The QK101 has a dual mounting system, supporting both a top mount and a gasket mount design, with interchangeable gaskets that help provide a broad range in typing feedback, ranging from firm to bouncy. For the first time in a QK product, the QK101 also supports new plate and stabilizer options, with the new plate having a built-in cushion that concentrates and enhances the keyboard's acoustic performance. Fancy way of saying more foams. But importantly, the QK101 supports both plate mount and PCB mount stabilizers with its 2 different plate options, FR4 and aluminium. Soft plate options are noticeably missing in the QK101 lineup, however, that is due to the inevitable deform of softer plates with long-term use, something I imagine might have to do with the sheer length of the keyboard. Speaking of length, the QK101 is 442mm by 133mm. It has a front height of 90mm with a typing angle of 7 degrees. Unbuilt, it weighs 1.8 kilograms, and built, it weighs 2.5. Finally, and arguably the most functionality within the functionalities of the QK101 is the QK101's interchangeable badges and customizable LCD screen. These add a touch of quirky personality to your keyboard and allow you to show off your favorite custom gifts. So, if you've seen my content before, you'd know that for the most part, I like to give my keyboards set themes. And I'm so disappointed because I'd only just recently picked up GMK Ruberhaus, which as a beige set, doesn't really match this black keyboard, at least as much as I'd like. But that's not going to stop me, because I spent way too much money on these keycaps. Running you quickly through the build process, I started by lubing and attaching the stabilizers to the PCB. I opened up the case using the included screwdriver. I then added my case foams into the case and my plate foams onto the PCB, folded it up with Oil King switches, and that's it. When placing the PCB into the case, ensure that it makes contact with the magnetic connection. Don't forget to add your gaskets or top mount screws, and finally your keycaps. The QK101 is fascinating. On one hand, I think it sounds great, it's made well, it's monetarily cheap, and it's customizable out the wazoo. But on the other hand, I find it a bit tacky. Now, this is just my personal preference, and I know that there will be people who like this design, but what I'm really struggling to understand is QK's design intentions here. To me, it feels like they first designed a perfectly normal keyboard, only to try and add these clashing elements. What I'm specifically talking about is the LCD and LED screens, the front badge, the little magnets on the back, and the overly complicated weight design. I've discussed this in the past, but QK is clearly heading towards this creative direction, even defining it as their third generation design. This won't clearly be for everyone, but at least we know that Neo exists. On a positive note, however, let's talk about what the QK101 does well. From a build perspective, the process is seamless. I would have liked to see the ball catch structure that has been used in their previous lineup, but there's nothing really wrong with good old-fashioned screws. The magnetic connection is fantastic and really satisfying. Overall, it's an incredibly easy build process. The new FR4 plate with the added plate cushion is very interesting. Honestly, I can't say I've noticed a difference over normal plates with the foam included, but why not? This is QK's first board where you can choose either PCB mount stabilizers or plate mount stabilizers. In fact, this is the first keyboard I know of where you even have the choice. I personally did choose the PCB mount stabilizers as they are more stable, but plate mounts are often more useful if you like to change your build often or find yourself customizing a lot. Finally, price. The case is 165 USD, the plates range from 20 to 27 USD, and the PCBs range from 55 to 65 USD. In total, the least you'll spend for the full product is 240 USD, and the most you'll spend is 257 USD. For a full-size keyboard that supports tri-mode connections, has a weight, and comes installed with an LCD screen, that is a steal. But most importantly, who do I think this keyboard's for? Whether you need a numpad for your job, you prefer long-ass keyboards, or you're just dipping your toes into the custom mechanical keyboard market and don't want to stray too far from what you're comfortable with, I think that the QK101 is for you. When QK does something well, they do it extremely well. Not only do they supply you with all the tools you need, the ability to customize your keyboard, the flexibility to use it under any circumstances, but they also provide build guides, firmware updates, and have great online support through their website and Discord. I wholeheartedly recommend this keyboard and think anyone looking for a full-size keyboard should consider the QK101 as an option. But where do I find it, you ask? QwertyKeys is selling it right now on their website, and I've added a link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about the QK101 in the comments below, and most importantly, have a great day.